Well, hello, my name's Jason Hare, and I'll be your tutor for this guitar program, which is called Introducing Basically Guitar. It's basically aimed at someone that has maybe learned some chords, been playing for a while, and really now is looking to get into lead guitar. And the basic question, I guess, that's being asked is, okay, well, how do I approach it? What kind of things do I need to know? And so this lesson 1 will give you a rundown of what you need to know to get started. Now, obviously, the first thing I want to talk about is tuning, and that goes without saying. You need to be in tune. Be aware that your guitar can go out of tune pretty easily if you're in church, or if you're, wherever you're playing, and the air conditioning is on. That can be enough to throw it out. And keep in mind that it only has to be out of tune one string just a little bit, and that's enough to throw the whole thing completely out of kilter. So make sure that you're in tune. Back in the days when I started, we didn't have guitar tuners, so you had to tune by ear. These days I'd recommend still learning to tune by ear, but tuning with a tuner, which gets you pretty well on the exact right pitch every time you use it, should train your ear to be able to hear very accurately about being in tune. So it's a good trainer as well. And these days they're pretty affordable, and they're a good thing to have. Okay, moving along sound-wise, I use a Gibson 335. This is a 1978 Gibson. I have used Fenders in the past, and I still do, and it's two different sounds. The humbuckers, of course, which are your basic 2 magnet pickups, I believe, are a different sound to your single coil, and so it's a fatter, rounder sound, and it really is a personal taste. Most good guitar players that I know or that I've watched play generally have a Gibson and a Fender, and they'll often switch from one to the other according to what sound they want at the time. And so yeah, it's good to have both if you can afford to have both. Sound wise, I see a lot of guys using a lot of pedals. Nothing wrong with a lot of pedals, but just make sure you don't substitute lots of pedals and lots of sound for good playing. You'll find that the tone comes out of your fingers. That's why one guitarist that you'll hear can play through a Gibson, through a Fender amp, and they will sound completely different to another guitarist using the same guitar through the same amp, because your tone is in your fingers, and that takes a while to develop, but it's worth pursuing. Basically, the way to do this is to try and get a good sound on an acoustic guitar is always a good idea, and also try and get a good tone without any effects. Once you've got the good tone, then add the effects in for the use of the effect, or the effect, if you like. Rather than have 55 pedals, then you'll find if you've got a guitar that has a good natural tone, you'll destroy that tone, or you can, by plugging in too many pedals. Now that's not a real good PR for pedals, but pedals are great, but just use them as tools rather than a substitute.